welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing and subscribing. I hope you enjoy the insights in this general reading. Take what works for you. I've shuffled and laid out the cards. I work with the 12 houses of the zodiac, and so the cards that are appearing in each house bring relevant influences at this time. So in your first house you have Pluto, transformation. This is quite a powerful planet to be having influences in your first house. Your first house is all to do with the self, your body, your physical vitality, and your outward appearance, how you are coming across to other people, and just in general your personality. And if you've got a mask, how you are appearing to others as well. So now with Pluto appearing in that house, it indicates that you may be having quite a powerful persona at this time, ability to bring about change externally, so to bring about change in others by simply moving amongst others in your interactions with others. Or it could be that you're perceived by other people as being transformative. Also it can be that you are wanting to bring about change in your physical appearance or your inner self, and therefore your outer self, how you want to be perceived by others, how you want to come across. So it's quite a serious sign, and it does cover a powerful change, powerful transformative change, which you may be feeling in your body. Possibly you want to change the way you're doing things. If you've got a physical regime that you like to follow, it may be something to do with that. But it's basically, it's also dealing with any hidden issues, because Pluto does tend to bring things up from underneath to the surface. So you may have a niggling issue that you want to pull out and examine and actually make changes, and it could also just be that you're the way you are projecting yourself to others. You need to harness the transformative aspects of Pluto. It can also come across as quite ruthless, so just be aware of all of those aspects in how you are moving forward in the world, how you are projecting yourself outward. Then in the second house you have Black Moon Lilith, and this card is the darkest. It represents the darker side of the feminine. It's also mystery and magnetism and so on. So it could also be it could also be covering something that's not clear to you at this time, or that you feel a bit like things are not clear for you in this aspect. Now, the second house covers your income, your money coming in, and your values and property, and land, and the environment on that land. It's all local issues, and it's also possessions, what you own. So you may just be the feminine in this particular guise has a strong belief that she's right, and she's going to be moving forward in that way, and it's a time to be standing strong. But it could also be a little bit rebellious and exhibit the darker sides of the feminine, so a bit of envy and a bit of sort of vengeful tactics. So just be careful that you don't, you're so focused on what you want that you are not stepping on others or undoing the work and the good foundations that you've already laid. So or it could just be that people are activating that in you, and you're starting to feel a bit slighted, or feel like you've been overlooked in some way. Or it could just be that your income and your finances coming in, your money that's coming in on a monthly basis, or however that it comes in, is just things look a little bit difficult and a little bit shrouded at the moment, like you can't quite see. But whatever's going to come out is going to come out. So you can expect things to be coming clearer. But just you're obviously going to be having strong emotions about all of that. So just keep a balance, stand strong in what you believe in, and to move forward. You may just feel a little bit alone as well in that aspect. But try not to slip into the darker feminine. But you may also just be feeling quite magnetic, actually, and you may just have to think about that to draw to you what it is you require to assist you to move forward. Then in the third house, you have Sagittarius, I am. So this, I see. Sagittarius is a sort of what this particular influence brings in good luck. It brings in favorable circumstances, adventure, sort of light-hearted, opportunistic circumstances, and it's falling into your third house, which is the house of communication. So all forms of communication, whether it's written or verbal, body language. It also governs contracts. So Sagittarians are quite abundant in their mannerisms. They enjoy freedom. They can be very restless, and they like to go out. They like to socialize, but they also have deep interests in philosophy and religion. And so all these aspects might be coming in for you. The other side of it is carelessness. Be careful with that, especially when it comes to contracts, because the third house governs contracts as well. So be careful with that. Go over things with a fine-tooth comb. Don't gloss over things. Apply yourself in that way. And it could also be saying something, Sagittarians are honest, so they say what they think, and that's fine. However, you need to contemplate the outcome, what might come back at you as well, because it might offend or it might upset some people with what you say. So always be careful with the truth. So just think about that. It could also be that you are wanting to, really to communicate broadly to a wider audience, or you may just be interested in the written form, your words, what you're saying, being very generous, outgoing, social, and so on. So it can, as I said, bring good luck in for you, just good fortune in general. Then in the fourth house, you have Virgo, I analyze, and in the fourth house, this covers your home, your physical home, and also it covers your roots and your identity. So your ethnic identity or your ancestral identity, so what your foundation is in life, what you've come from in your early foundation years. So if it's to do with your home, then Virgo is all about detail. It's all about clearing out clutter and organizing your home. So that's, I feel, what the most important aspect for this coming in now. So have a good look at your home, give it a thorough clean, and get rid of all the clutter and things that are broken or not working anymore or just don't serve any purpose. Get rid of it all. Declutter, re-energize your home, give it a thorough clean, clear everything out, rearrange your space to bring in the order and organization, because that is the Virgo forte. And be analytical about what is in your home and what is actually serving you. Anything broken or just not functioning anymore, just get rid of it. Pass it on, recycle, or just sell it on or donate. So you need to declutter and free up your space and organize your home environment, especially if you work from home. That's really important. If you work in clutter, then you're going to be projecting that outwards, and you don't want that at this time. It also means that you may just be having a good look at your foundations, what your ethnic identity, and just observing, sifting through details, understanding things. Mercury is ruled by, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, so it's an analytical sign. It's all about sifting through the details, the positives and the negatives, and taking things from there. And it could also be unnecessary worry. So just bear all that in mind in your in those areas of your life. Then in the 5th house, we have Libra, I balance. Libra is the ruler of relationships. It's a ruler of love and romance and all of those aspects. Coming into your 5th house, this is the house of love affairs. It's also the house of creativity and children, and having fun and recreation of all kinds. So you want to be bringing in balance into your love affair, if you're in that, or if you've just perhaps met somebody, or you could be drawing a Libra to you, and somebody of Libran qualities, which is great because it's another air sign. And or you could be falling in love, and it would just be the initial stages of the love affair. So make sure you bring in the romance, you bring in the compromise for that relationship, keep things balanced and harmonious, enjoy going out, enjoy beautiful things, enjoy interacting with others. It's just finding harmony and balance in all that you do. And if it's to do with children, you know, if you've got children, again, it's your the way you communicate with them, the way you bring harmony and balance into your relationship. They may be approaching the arts in some way. They may be embarking on artistic studies of some kind, because Libra is ruled by Venus. So they could be having met a person that they enjoy being with, and start of a love affair. So it's experiencing that either through your children, or you bringing it into your relationship with them. And it's bringing negotiation in if there's issues to be balanced, negotiation, harmony, working towards a solution. And it could also be you may have to make a decision of some kind in one of those areas, so that's your creativity or your home or your children, issues around that, and recreational activities. If it's to do with having fun and recreation, well, then it's just going out and enjoying, making the most of your outings, do things that you love, do things you enjoy, combine with others. It could be things with a partner or just with another, enjoying social activities, and anything of beauty, anything like art galleries, anything that it brings is perceived as beautiful to you, you're going to enjoy. And if it's creative and you're wanting to bring these creative elements into your projects, whatever you're doing, it's a lovely aspect to be having, because then you can harness the creative side of Libra. It could also be covering things like any kind of beauty products, or any kind of beauty therapy, hairdressing, anything like that. Fashion, all of these aspects come into this house. Then in the 6th house, you have Cancer, I feel. So the 6th house is all to do with your work projects, your workplace, your mastery of your craft, your craftsmanship, whatever it is that you specialize in, and colleagues, your colleagues that are surrounding you. It's also health and diet and pets. So this house covers a broad amount of ways that this can be affecting you. Cancer, I feel, is ruled by the moon. So with this card, you can expect things to be going through phases of the moon, whether it's to do with your colleagues or your workplace or the work projects that you're on. Emotions are going to be high, and you're going to be feeling deeply, or you're going to be asked to be feeling deeply, or you just might find that you're really in tune with others that you're working with, or you're really in tune with what is required on your work projects. And if you're consulting with others, there's going to be that interaction. Go with your intuition. You may need to retreat periodically. So if you are able to work from home, you may just be able to work from a place where you can just be by yourself. You need that to withdraw and to regenerate. So that's going to, you make that a regular feature so that you can withdraw, sort of ruminate on what it is you need to do, regenerate, and then go back into the work atmosphere. It could also just be on the projects that you're working on that you need to harness the elements of the moon and the watery aspects of whatever it is, deep feelings, deep intuition, your instincts. You may need to be protective also of your whatever it is you're working on. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it's represented by the crab. So just be careful you don't bring your moods into your work environment. Or it could be that you're working with somebody who can be quite moody. So it's understanding all these features. If it's to do with health and diet, you may have female issues that need attending to. That's breasts and all female issues, or it could also be digestive system. You may be working with quite a few females in your work environment. There's all kinds of ways that this can apply, but it talks about phases of the moon as well, and things may be sort of moody, going up and down, and some things may be hidden as well. There may be some things that are under the surface that are not clear, as I say, I feel if you retreat and withdraw periodically to realign yourself, that you'll be able to cope with those riding those waves, so to speak. Also, if it's to do with health and diet, Cancerians, can be wonderful cooks. So examine your nutrition, cook nutritious, homely meals, loving meals for yourself. So that's another aspect of your diet to look at, make sure that your food that you're putting in your body is nourishing and going to fuel you for all the other things that you're going to be doing. Then in the 7th house, which is your house of relationships, this is one-on-one relationships, personal relationships, partners, whether it's romantic or, love partners or business partners, all kinds of partnerships, and one-on-one. So those close, special relationships. This, again, we have another moon card coming in there. So phases going on there between 6 weeks and 6 months. But because it's a lunar eclipse, it signifies change, and this could be quite abrupt. It could be the ending of a relationship and the starting of another, or just an abrupt change which comes about within a relationship. And it could be a feminine aspect coming in there. It signifies a change, a really, and it can be quite out of the blue, unexpected. Or it could just be that there's a deepening of the relationship if it's a love partner, the deepening of that, and exploring those depths, going through phases, and it might just feel a little bit clouded and a little bit uncertain, but certainly with any committed relationship, everybody goes through that, and you're going to have to be sort of tapping into your intuition and your instincts on that. But generally, there is change of some sort going on there, whether it's a restructuring, but it's going to happen quick, or it could be the ending and the beginning, or it could be that someone suddenly arrives in your life who embodies these sort of moon traits or these lunar qualities. So this covers all of that. Then we have in your 8th house, you have Mercury, which is ruled by, it's all to do with the mind. This is coming up in your 8th house, which is all to do with sex, death, rebirth, symbolic death and rebirth. It's power, it's money, it's big finance. So this is insurances, inheritances, taxes, banking, accounting, investments. and all of those aspects. It's also shared resources between partners and between business partners as well. And it can cover other people's money as well. So if you are managing other people's money, or in your position where you are doing that, you're going to have to apply your analytical abilities. So that's the mind, the full faculties there to whatever it is that's going on, to reorganize, to learn, to change, to adapt, to apply technology even, if it's a business or if you're dealing with money, other people's money. And if it's to do with your deeper relationship between partners, then it's applying. You're going to have to think. You're going to have to think things through. You're going to have to work out how to balance the resources between you, because in a deeper committed relationship, you're merging resources. So it's all about that. It's applying your mind, and you may just have to bring in a bit of tech of some sort or electronics to assist you, whether it's bringing out, just making a spreadsheet of your finances, whatever. There's various ways that this can apply, but it's all about communication. It's all about your words, what you say and how you say it. It could also be quick decisions, having to make quick, rapid decisions, thinking on your feet. There could also be a little bit of trickery going on there. So just be careful when it comes to, especially with other people's money or circumstances where there's large amounts at stake. There could be a little bit of uncertainty or something going on that you're not 100% aware of. Not deceit especially, but just something that's not 100%. So be aware of that and be sharp to what that might come up for you.